Video Review.
Rhythm Heaven is a different take on the music genre that has long been dominated by plastic guitars and popular rock. There aren't any licensed songs or unwieldy peripherals here. Rather, Rhythm Heaven embraces the feeling captured by last year's Wii music, letting the simple joy of following along with catchy riffs be enough to make the experience engrossing and rewarding. Even though you won't have to worry about scrolling musical notes, the threat of failure is still very real, which could hamper the enjoyment of those not blessed with extraordinary musical talents. The charming visuals and rich score make it easy to get sucked into this game though. Rhythm Heaven covers some very peculiar ground for a music game. It makes sense that you would participate in a Glee Club event or even bang on a giant drum, but not everything in Rhythm Heaven is so obviously inspired by a musical background. Does the thought of plucking right beats from the ground get your toe tapping? Or do you feel like dancing when you think of robots being constructed in some robot factory? Strange as it seems, these odd diversions are a key component of Rhythm Heaven, and discovering all these silly detours make unlocking new songs a joy. Each track is accompanied by a cartoony scene, and it's almost as much fun to see these wacky ideas as it is to play along with the music. The gameplay is relegated to just the touchscreen, but you'll have to learn a few different techniques during the course of the game. Most of the time, you'll simply be tapping your stylus along to the beat, keeping time as a drummer would. Other times, you must flick, which translates surprisingly well to the on-screen action. For instance, when harvesting beets, tapping the screen pops those pesky vegetables in the air, and then you flick your stylus to knock them in your pack. Unfortunately, the quick motion of this move doesn't always register, which can be awfully frustrating when you're trying to cheer along with the fan club and your singing monkey just won't jump. For the most part, the controls work fine, so you'll have only your own awkward gestures to blame for failure. The controls are engaging and the visuals charming, but none of this would work if the music stunk. Luckily, the tunes are hummable and catchy, worming their way into your head to stay with you long after your DS has been turned off. The variety of different tunes is also quite impressive. The Robot Factory is set to industrial rock, whereas the DJ game sounds more like happy house music. And while you may not be enamored by some of the saccharine pop songs, the fidelity of these tracks is impressively high. Playing with headphones is a real treat as everything sounds crystal clear. When two Easter Island statues are singing to each other, you'll be thankful you can hear each doo-wop with perfect clarity. There is one drawback to this otherwise stylus tapping good time though. It's hard. Sure, people who are blessed with the ability to play a real-life instrument, or take to the dance floor without a second thought, may be able to cruise past these rhythmic tests, but for everyone else, there is quite a hurdle to clumsily leap over. Mercifully, if you fail a game 3 consecutive times, you'll be given the option to skip past it and experience something hopefully less taxing. This welcome feature makes it possible for the graceless to enjoy the game as much as the musically endowed. For some reason, some levels do not offer this ability to skip, forcing you to play a level repeatedly until you finally master its rhythm. To compound this issue, the game offers little in the way of helpful pointers when you fail, repeatedly hitting you with the same mocking statement, "Try a little harder," which only adds insult onto injury. Despite the sometimes steep difficulty for those not blessed with any musical ability, Rhythm Heaven is still a charming and fun twist on the genre. The wonderfully cartoony visuals and catchy music do wonders to draw you into this silly world, and the novel control scheme provides the perfect instrument for tapping along with the beat. It's a shame the difficulty isn't able to cater to players of diverse musical talents, but everyone with music in their hearts will find something to enjoy here.